Denver needs to acknowledge that they have a homeless problem. We spend millions on sports teams while the homeless are starving, have nowhere to sleep, nowhere to bathe, nothing. We need to change this. This is ridiculous. They got all this money to gentrify our neighborhoods, but they can't put up a tiny home village for the homeless to have somewhere to sleep.
They don't have a conscience. They don't know what it is to be out on the street like you guys are, like I have been. They don't know that. So they sit up in their little fine houses, doing all fine and doing all well, because I got it made. You don't know what tomorrow will bring, brother. That's right. Nobody knows what tomorrow will bring. And if we see people out on the street like this, we need to get into our pockets and help them any kind of way we can, no matter what they want to do with it. Yes. Help is help. So I'm glad to see this. I'm glad to be a part of this because it ain't right.
This song, I was hitchhiking through Wisconsin, and I had a cop stop me and pretty much say what I was doing was illegal, and then proceeded to say I was a worthless human being because I couldn't afford a $200 bus ticket. So I wrote him this song. Officer, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to be an asshole just like you? And I know you probably hate me. You think that I'm just lazy. But I'm a human fucking being. And I deserve some dignity. So why can't we just agree that I'm a human fucking being? And I know you probably hate your life, and you might be having problems with your wife. But don't you take that out on me, 'cause I'm a human fucking being. Well, officer, I wish you well. And I really hope there's no such thing as hell. Because you would probably go there. And you don't deserve to be there. Because you're a human fucking being. You just lack a little empathy. So let's just fucking agree that we're all human fucking beings. Thank you.
When I first came out here, when I wasn't at the Mission or someplace other unpleasant homeless shelter that they have out here, I would find some place to sleep, and I'd get woken up by the police, and they'd say, well, go sleep on the 16th Street Mall, go sleep on the 16th Street Mall, you can't stay here. And so that's what they were telling everybody for the first couple of years that I was out here. And then all of a sudden, as you know, we have all these bar owners and restaurant associations, you know, wanted to pass this camping ban. And, you know, I went to that meeting and I saw a man, and he was there, he owned a bar on the 16th Street Mall, and he was sitting there and he was crying. And he was saying, oh, I don't want to lose my business. And I'm thinking to myself, how is a bar on the 16th Street Mall that's raking in more money than I even know what to do with, and they're worried about the homeless person that's sleeping on their doorstep after they're closed and they're gone before they get there because the police make sure that's what happens. So it's all a farce. And I think it's all about keeping us out of sight. And I think that this law, or this bill, support the right to rest, I think we all need to step out and support it, because if they don't see us, they don't think about us.
The Right to Rest Act, very basically, is a statewide legislative measure that would decriminalize homelessness in the glorious state of Colorado. It's make it legal to sleep outdoors, legal to sleep in your cars, to ensure that you have the right to receive and give out food for free, and to give you a reasonable expectation of privacy for personal property so the cops don't throw away your medications and goods and IDs and all that stuff. But yeah.
I'm here with Black Lives Matter 5280, and thank you. I'm here to simply say that Black Lives Matter 5280 stands in solidarity with Denver Homeless Out Loud, with the homeless folks of our community, with the people who have been put out by the system. We know how it is to be seen as worthless, to be seen as someone who should just go away, and we really empathize with that struggle, and a lot of us have come from backgrounds where we've experienced homelessness in the past. But I want to say that Black Lives Matter as a struggle has a deep-rooted connection with the struggle of the poor. So much of black people's marginalization is compounded by the fact that black folks are often from poor communities, and so many homeless people are black, and we know for a fact that a huge part of why Michael Marshall is dead, a huge part of why Marvin Booker is dead, is because those men were homeless, and they didn't have anywhere to rest. Their ability to take care of themselves and provide for their basic needs, to sleep, to rest in this city without homes, was illegal. Their ability to actually take care of themselves was criminalized by the cruelest law on Denver's books, the urban camping ban, and the similar laws across the country. And we are here standing in solidarity with you all. This cause has to go through. Right to Rest Act needs to pass this year. Homelessness is not a crime. Being poor is not a crime. We need services for people with mental illnesses. We need services for people who are struggling with homelessness, and it is on the people who work under this dome to make this happen, and it's on the people under that dome to repeal the urban camping ban in Denver today. Repeal the urban camping ban and pass the Right to Rest Act. Thank you.
And that's sad. I gotta wake up in the morning, beg somebody for $1.06 to get a coffee as I sit here and wait for my Social Security that I paid in for 30 years, for 3 to 4 years. Just signed up. Why? Because I didn't think I needed it back then. But now I need it. I can't work. I bust my ass in warehouses, chimney sweeping, all kinds of things. I've had 57 different fucking occupations. And I'm on the goddamn street because I got sick.
I want to make it clear to people who don't live on the streets like us what we go through on a daily basis. Everybody points to the shelters and say, oh, there's homeless shelters. There's places they can go. They don't need to be on the street. Well, I can tell you, in the 8 years that I've been out here, I've met so many people that have been kicked out of the homeless shelters for no reason at all. You know, been treated poorly all the time. I can't stand going to the rescue mission, but I don't have a choice because I don't want to be on the street. They've got these rules now. It's sub-freezing weather. People who sleep out in the cold when it's 2 degrees out, 0 degrees out, negative degrees out. Can we all agree that at the very least that's tempting fate, if not asking for bad things to happen to you? Okay? So everybody says, well, the homeless shelters. Okay, I'm staying at the East Shelter right now, which is a city-funded building, and it's being run by the Rescue Mission. And they are throwing people out on the streets for 7 days and 30 days at a time for things like not bringing back a towel or not checking back in your blanket, having an empty water bottle next to your bed. A man was in the middle of the I can't think now that I'm up here. A diabetic seizure, thank you. And he ate a cookie, and him and his son were thrown out of the shelter for 7 days, and it took 3 days to get to the head of the mission to have him overturn that. Is that not absolutely ridiculous? In the time that I've been out here, you guys mentioned 163 names that they read out over there. How many of those people were thrown out of the Denver Rescue Mission, who the city is entrusting to take care of us and give us a place to stay, give us shelter, and people are being thrown out all the time. I forgot to turn in my towel one morning, and they kicked me out for 7 days, even though I turned in my towel after the person who was checking in had left. And they were supposed to take care of it, they'd get me in the next night, and so I went 3 nights having to fight with them before they finally got that fixed. So someone forgets to turn in their towel, and they could end up on the street missing a limb because they got frostbite, or worse, they could die. And so I think what we need to do is we need to make a showing in this bill, and we all need to take it upon ourselves to make that change and make people aware of what we're going through. We can't be silent any longer, and it's up to us. Thank you.
I just came from the library. They told me to get up. They woke me up while I was sleeping. I'm really tired. As I stand here right now and I look at everybody and everybody else that is homeless, I'm sure you're tired too. I haven't been homeless that long, but I've been out here for maybe about a week. And, I have to get up every time a cop comes by and take my blanket from underneath me and make sure that I'm not covered up. I'm not out here because I choose to be. I don't have a place, and because I don't have a place, that's why I'm out here. It is really cold, and it was really cold last night, and I don't want to be here, and if I could get a job, I would, but I am so tired. I just want to sleep. That's all I want to do, and I can't sleep no matter where I go. I'm tired of fucking rolling my bags. I'm so tired of all of it. I just want to sleep. But at the same time, I have to get a job. I have to make money. I have 2 boys who need me. And God bless that they're not here. But how am I supposed to get back to them if I can't sleep? How am I supposed to work? Deborah said earlier that it's torture. And it is. I can't even think straight because I haven't slept. No one thinks straight when they go hours without sleeping, days, and I can understand why some of these people turn to drugs just to keep them up. I don't know what this is about, but the right to rest sounds right to me. I want to sleep. I don't have anything. I don't have blankets that I can use out here because they said that they will tell me to take them from underneath me. You can't have anything over you and you can't have anything underneath you. And I think that's bullshit. Because what about us? How are we supposed to get out of this if we don't have a chance? And we don't have a chance if we don't have a right to sleep, right? I need sleep. I mean, that's all I need. And if I could sleep at least 6 hours, then I'd be all right. Looking for a job would be easier. Getting a place would be easier. You can't expect us to get out of this situation if you're not helping.
Right.
Sorry, thank you.
Emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. Oh, how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it is just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you help us scream these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs. Thank you.